So it's the clumsiest supermodel?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they put her in clothing that allowed her to have both of her legs free, maybe she wouldn't be so clumsy.
Maybe that's her dilemma. Like,
she only has one leg?
No. She knows how clumsy she is, and she knows how unwieldy this dress is going to be to walk in, and she's just like terrified she's going to fall.
I could see that. That's a very strange dress too, and not very flattering. All right, this is the strangest selfie that Janet ever took.
Oh my!
Is it a squirrel?
Weird.
Or is it a
really big other kind of animal?
Like a beaver, maybe?
It looks sort of like that saber-toothed squirrel from Ice Age.
The weirdest Bollywood film ever made.
Oh, no. Wow. That is fab.
It's weird.
Fab AF. Oh my goodness. That is something.
This is the one that I'm zooming out.
Oh wow. Those are like
it gives me I like to move it, I like to move it vibes. Here's the last of the weirdest Bollywood films ever made. This seems a little bit more Jim Henson-ish.
Oh. Oh, you know what those are? Those are those macaques, but they're like stylized.
Then the zoom out. Oh, that makes it even better.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. That definitely got crazy. And are all those creepy animals riding it with him?
I guess, I don't know.
Or
they're all just sort of like running, they're like flying through the air behind him or something, or maybe they're all attacking him and he's trying to get away. I don't know. I just found them as soon as I saw the one with the motorcycle, I was like, oh, that's the one. That explains all the motion. It explains the goggles. Yeah.
The most elaborate and complex hairstyles in the whole world. And so, like, if you look at the first from the waffly one,
yeah,
that's a complete hairstyle. And even though it looks kind of simple, it is pretty complex. There's a whole other layer of hair underneath.
I know. It's like this is just like put on top of it. It's almost honestly crepe hair, which is the hair that they used to make like fake beards and stuff for theater. If you want to do it the hard way, you can buy pre-made ones. They're much easier to use. But crepe hair, we had to learn how to use it, and it came pre-braided. So when you would take the string out, because it had a little string that ran through it that held it together, when you take the string out and try to pull it, it would stay bent in sort of this position. So this looks like crepe hair that has come off of the little string and is hanging loose but hasn't been used yet, and it has that little wave to it.
And I also like how she's looking through the hair.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
And then you go to Daenerys over here.
Right.
Or Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga as Daenerys.
And my first thought when I looked at this from a distance is, oh gosh, what a very elaborate wig. But if it is a wig, they have blended the forehead very nicely, because you can't really tell.
I'm like, but I want to see the rest.
Oh, did you zoom it out?
Same here.
I'm afraid.
I was disappointed.
Should I be afraid?
Search.
Oh my gosh. Is she attached to those?
The other one, however, is more realistic.
That is weird. That also doesn't look very comfortable. It almost looks like she's an art installation.
Maybe, but look, I took it. Oh, look, her hair looks like a nuclear
I
explosion.
know, it's the mushroom cloud. That's got to be really heavy too. My gosh, really uncomfortable.
Then it goes down into these long braids with then twisty little curls to the bottom. It's like, really, like all of this seems so unnecessary.
So this is the hardest belly laugh that ever happened. And I feel like that's sometimes us.
Yeah. They almost look as if they're yelling at each other.
Yeah, they kind of do. This one just has something very strange happening in the scene.
I'm afraid.
I don't quite understand what's happening here. What is this apparatus, and are they washing it? Are they putting icing on it?
I don't know. Maybe it's a giant gumball.
Well, whatever it is, it's
Or
extremely funny.
maybe they're on a game show or something like that, where they're having to do something absurd. Like
That could explain the lights hanging right above what they're doing, because it's
coat a beach ball in cake frosting.
yeah. 'Cause,
Without
I mean,
getting me on the floor or something like that. I don't know.
it doesn't look like they're sitting in like a comfortable space, like a living room or a kitchen. This looks like a set that was built specifically to be filmed. You know what I mean? It has the lights hanging down, the sign on the wall, the chairs. Well, chair. The guy on the right's just sort of squatting.
I just noticed that. These are
Okay.
the weirdest kid on the whole planet.
Okay. It's straight to the point. You know, I would have to agree that first one, that's a pretty weird kid.
You with the like adult looking eyebrows and that facial expression, and then whatever that's going on his head. Like, oh boy. And then the other one.
The other one's just like, oh, okay, that's like demon spawn child.
That's Tom Marvolo Ridley.
Oh, okay. The eyes are really, it's really upsetting that how the eyes look. The eyes are very disproportionate to the rest of the face, and that makes it look very dark and menacing and otherworldly, because the eyes are far too large.
And he has a P for pure blood on his forehead.
Oh my god. What the, is it?
I don't know. I don't know.
What is the neck thing on? Is this like a mask and a coat that's like propped up on like some sort of thing on the side of the road?
But it made me very uncomfortable.
As it should.
So I asked Midjourney I used that same prompt, but I added with a neck.
Okay. Oh, that's so much better. What the hell is that is a weird kid. His head's way too big and he don't have no teeth.
I don't know. Maybe that's he's wearing a mask and that's like his shtick.
His eyes are inside the mouth, actually. This is the craziest lady that ever walked into a Walmart.
Oh, but she talks to everybody too.
Probably. And I'm sure she's very nice. The craziest Florida man that ever walked around a neighborhood.
Oh my. That is so great.
It's so Florida, man.
That's
It even gave me an alligator.
I think the alligator is like, I think he's walking it.
I know, that's what I think too. Which is such a Florida man thing to do.
And those flip flops are great. That's such a nice touch. And the Oliver tan, that's like. Ugh.
I was trying to get it to give me the grossest drink ever served, and apparently Midjourney just interprets that as theming the drink with Halloween. So I'll show you a couple. They don't look gross at all. I would probably drink all of these, but some of them are just a little elaborate, which led me to making my next prompt, which is the most elaborate drink ever served. All right, so here's the first gross one.
Ooh, I mean, at least the outside.
Yeah, I mean, the outside's kind of gross, but the drink itself, I'm sure it's fine.
Echo. Hush.
I don't know. I'm trying to imagine what the flavor would be. And I'm not talking about the white stuff dripping off the outside. Let's not talk about that. It could be melon with like a melon on top of chocolate because it looks like the bottom half of the beverage is brown. So I don't know, melon and chocolate, or maybe pistachio and chocolate. This is the other gross one.
What is that?
I don't know. It's quite clearly kind of chartreuse colored, so I'm imagining it's some sort of a cocktail, probably lime flavored. I don't know what's hanging off the rim. The rim's kind of weird and gross. But let's look at some of the more elaborate drinks. The most elaborate drink ever served. So that's the first one. It's pretty elaborate. Seems most of those things are completely unnecessary.
Yeah. Are those even real grapes?
I don't know. They look real.
That looks really good.
It's ridiculous. Like, I don't even know how would I even approach drinking this? Like, where would I even start? Not to mention the poor bartender that has to serve this. My gosh. It's like, I would like this super elaborate, pink Barbie mansion drink. All right, we'll be ready in about 3 hours.